You can edit later.
Yeah, but why edit? I mean, it's
we don't do edits. We haven't needed to edit much, have we?
We have. What have I been saying over and over? Great day at Gruhn's.
Great day. This is awesome.
This is a special day. And I was just saying to Cory a minute ago, we're going to miss these days one day. Just all of us sitting here having a ball. And I think about that sometimes when I'm on a really fun session. How bad one day I'm going to miss that. You know, like we're all here together.
That's right.
Yeah, but we can be idealistic about it and go, this is never going to end.
Good stuff in the future.
That's
too.
true. That's true. But,
Yeah.
But we'll never have this again.
No,
Exactly.
each moment is unique.
Yeah.
Peter, our cameraman, feel free to sort of zoom around. You know, make sure you get plenty of that beautiful face right there, right there. Come, you can come get in here. I'm gonna call this one a great day at Gruhn's. And the whole point, this is probably Homeskoolin goes to Gruhn's, maybe number 5, maybe something like that. We were chatting. We were always looking for ideas of how topics to cover, and this is a really good one. Greg, who is a big fan of the early Dean, Greg Voros, of course, big fan of the early Dean guitars, which I am also a huge fan of.
As am I.
He just got this one to add to his collection,
The arsenal
of early Dean guitars. How many do you have now?
This is 4.
Which ones do you have so far?
Well, the golden period of Dean's, was 1977 to 1982.
Okay.
And a year later, they went ahead and sold the company so that a lot of them became exports at that point. But in those 6 years, they were all handmade by Dean Zielinski and 2 other fellows, I believe.
Have you met Dean yet?
I have not.
Man,
I have not. I'm looking forward to it.
He's got a cool podcast that he's doing. We need to get him.
We should get in touch with him.
I'm a fan. I love his instruments, and the truth be told, I only got into Dean's recently. With you.
Yeah.
We were at a guitar show together, and Double Neck Dude, he had a flying V. Eric Ernest.
You know Eric Ernest. Abalone Vintage.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And he had a
I
flying
also
V.
know Dean Zielinski.
Yeah, I want to know about that.
And a lot of what he was doing also was at about the same time that Hamer was active.
Right.
So Dean and Hamer were doing things at about the same starting point, but Dean was way better at marketing in the early days.
Okay. Are you trying to tell me that TNA sells guitars? Are you trying to tell me that?
Well, the Dean girls,
Genius.
the Dean booth
Was
had enough flash, flare, and scantily clad strippers
right.
that
They could sell
were
anything.
as they could and still get by to be on an NAMM show floor. They actually had a little dance floor set up
Did
at
they?
the booth, and it drew crowds.
Oh,
You
guarantee
would
it.
have to have been deaf, dumb, and blind
Yes.
to not notice
Yeah.
Dean at the
At
trade
that time.
show.
And on top of that, making fine instruments.
They were good.
That's right.
But the thing is, just simply having guitars at a NAMM show,
Yeah.
you have to understand that in general, no matter how the guitar looked, there are thousands of guitars in a huge room
Right.
in the convention center. And to get a crowd around, you could try to have a musician playing a bit, but if you have stripper girls
Well, it's an
and
instant
guitars,
win.
Easy one.
What do you remember about the early days of Dean when you were living in New York?
Well, the ads. Remember the ads with the girl in standing in the water with a Explorer style or a ML Cadillac style.
Yes.
Who was gonna buy this stuff? It was young guys.
Rock and rollers, yeah.
Young rock and roll guys, long-haired
That's
guys. What did they like?
That's right.
They liked
That's right.
girls.
That's it.
And they loved guitars.
That's
and
it.
so it was genius.
I'm proud to say I was there at the guitar show when Sweet Greggy fell in love with the brand.
Fantastic.
And since accumulated a nice wall
Of the catalog from 78 to 81.
Yeah. 81, yeah.
And they were awesome. The crazy thing about them, I knew of Dean's from Dimebag Darrell.
Right.
So Dimebag Darrell, the story goes, is that an incredible young guitar player at 15 saves up enough money so that he can order a Dean from the catalog, the ML, the star-shaped ML. And while he was waiting the 6 weeks or 8 weeks for that to be completed, he went ahead and joined a guitar competition without realizing that the winner wins a Dean guitar. So while he was waiting for his Dean that he ordered, he played the competition, won the competition, and when he went home that night, his Dean was delivered earlier that day. So he was double Dean dude at 15 years old.
Oh, man.
And he just absolutely loved it.
That's
and,
a great. I did not know that.
So that story I always knew. And then when I saw that 78V that I bought from that guy,
lightweight, featherweight,
well, here's the
beautiful
thing.
burst.
I've worked in 25 years. I've worked on a lot of guitars, man. Like a lot of high-end, low-end Ibanez's. I don't care. I worked on a lot of guitars. I asked myself, how many vintage Deans, meaning from 77 to 82 Deans that I work on? Answer is nothing. So I never had a chance to study on these instruments because I never seen them. There were less than 4,500 in those 5 years that he was around, and those guitars are spoken for. If you're a vintage Dean owner, you're not selling.
That's right.
You know, so finding them is rare, and when they do come up, they're usually mispriced.
Quick backstory: I put Dean, Hamer, and BC Rich in the same drawer in my mind.
Sure.
Because they were all strong alternatives to what the big three was doing in the late 70s.
Yes.
But think of late 70s, 80s. There were players that were playing BC Rich.
Oh, yeah.
There were players that were playing Dean guitars, not just Dimebag.
Oh, dude.
But you know,
I think there's one.
Hamer. I mean, we don't have to talk about Hamer.
Hamer's dynamite, but there should be one thing added to that three, because that's the three that competed with the big groups, right? The big brands. I'll say this: Tom Holmes here in Tennessee made most of Hamer bodies right here in Tennessee before Dancing and Hamer actually did.
The double cutaway bodies that looked sort of like a Les Paul. He was not making the V's and the Explorers.
Thank you. I did not know that. I thought most of the bodies, if not all of them, were made here in
He
Columbus.
was doing them, and he would ship them to Hamer in the white.
That's right.
No electronics, no hardware, no finish.
That's right.
I'm surprised that they weren't interested in his electronics, with his pickups being what they are.
Well, that's not what they were using.
But what they did use in 75 and 1975 Hamers were equipped with PAF humbuckers. Gibson PAF humbuckers.
Yeah, but that was very early.
That's right.
Because they couldn't do that for very long.
I just did a session recently with Rick Nielsen, and we had a long chat about that. And he said he's got a bunch of them that have the original PAFs, but there's only probably less than a dozen.
I think there's something. I think the book even says under 20.
Yeah, and Rick's got a bunch of them because he was their first guy.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Well, the other thing that Dean and Hamer had in common, they were based in Chicago.
Right. And that's interesting.
They knew each other.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
But the ones that Tom Holmes made,
Were the jewels.
he shipped in the white. Hamer never did tell his employees where they were made, and his employees. Tom Holmes told me back then, his employees kept saying, Hamer's employees said, when we can get to see the factory where they're made. Oh, that's on the other side of town. Yeah, I'm busy. He never did even tell them where they were made.
When you first sent me this guitar, when you were thinking about buying it, I thought it was hideous to burst.
Same.
And I see it in person, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
And you look at the binding on. Look at the binding roll on this, Peter. Get in here. This thing has got the neck of doom, perfect binding roll.
Yeah, bro.
Like, and you said, I didn't even think about this, but when I feel this guitar, the weight, it's very much like a 68 or 69 Les Paul Custom.
That's it. That's it.
Very much like it.
Those
But
5 years.
the body,
Everything
has
about it.
if you look at the ergonomic contour of the body, it's quite different from the Gibson.
Well, but the general, the
build
binding roll,
the
and all
build
that.
quality.
The neck is very much like it.
Yes.
The body has features that are different from a Fender or a Gibson. Look at the ergonomic curve to that body.
What I think he's,
Well,
what I think
also-
we're making mention of is that if this guitar was made in the Gibson factory in 68 or 69, I would believe it.
Totally.
I
Totally.
would believe it.
And
Well-
no, go ahead. Yeah.
You know, just look at you can see the thought process of where are we coming from with this? Is this kind of Les Paul? Is it kind of Explorer? Is it a little bit of everything with that? And George is right about that contour curve up on top.
This is a Cadillac. So I always thought the Cadillac was the most guitar-y of all the models. Not is.
I'm still with you.
Yeah.
I'm still with you.
Yeah.
I think a third pickup and a bound
Yeah.
peg head makes this a
Sorry.
Cadillac.
Yeah, I thought we decided this is the
E-Lite.
The E-Lite, yeah.
This is an E-Lite, and the Cadillac, I'm with you. A Cadillac is a 3 pickup with a bound peg head.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure of it. I've
And
heard
there's
of all
only
these Cadillacs.
there's only like 10 real Cadillacs in
That's right.
existence.
And those are 3
I think-
pickup bound peg head. But this one, I think, is an E-Lite with the upgraded factory blocks.
Right. Same shape as a Cadillac.
Correct.
Right.
And
This guitar obviously is a fun story. The original pickups were gone when you
Yep.
bought it, right? So Greg calls me one day and he's like, "Buki, you're not gonna believe it. I put a set of real burst PAFs in this thing, and it's amazing." And I was like, "Real burst PAFs?" And he said, "Yeah, you found them and you worked the deal and these are real. What are these from? Do you know? Do you remember?"
they've been out of guitar for a long time.
Okay,
I haven't
right.
started yet.
So original covers.
Original cover's
Yeah.
never been removed.
Never
Everything is
been
great.
removed.
It's standard. There was one modern all parts pot, some older ones from the 80s, whatever. We didn't get crazy about it.
Okay.
Peter went ahead and just put the pickups in.
Thank you, Peter. So the concept at that point was like, dude, we should shoot it out with the burst or your gold top to see how it goes.
Against one of my Danes.
And even George, who has seen it all, was like, wow, interesting. I wonder how it would be. Like, how much of this is the pickups?
Right.
Like, if these guitars are in the same ballpark, the pickups are the heart and soul of the guitar. But we don't know
Player has
quite
a lot to do with it.
if this is Honduran mahogany or not, right?
I'm not sure, but what George says was that was common at the time.
Yeah, we don't
And
quite
given
know.
that Dean Zelensky was such a Gibson fan, I would think it
Right.
would be, but I don't know for sure.
Right. So at this point, we got a mahogany guitar with an ebony board, very much like a Les Paul Custom.
Yep.
Which is different than obviously than the rosewood on this guitar. But should we play a bit and
Yes.
shoot them out? All right. So bridge pickup first. I'm playing through one of my favorite amps, a Maestro harp amp. This was called the Standard in the catalog. 4 8-inch speakers, originally built for accordion and harmonica. So, but it turns out it's a damn fine guitar amp. We checked to make sure the pickup height is very close. This one, what was the final verdict on that?
I shoot for 2/32 off the humbucking pole piece with the last fret held down as you're taking the measurement. I would say that your burst is a 64th of an inch closer to the strings than the
Okay,
So almost this
Yeah,
is
I'm
very,
close.
very close, yeah.
very close. Okay. Are you ready? Here comes the bridge pickup. No pedals, no nothing, right? Bridge pickup. Everything up. All these acoustics zinging in here. Feel that. God, that's awesome. Did you ever hear the story about how when they made Derek and the Dominoes, they put a little tweed champ on top of a piano?
No.
Put a mic on, and then they put a brick on the piano sustain pedal.
Oh, man.
So that when they played the guitar, the piano would
everything
ring.
was ringing.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
They're all going. I wish the phone could pick that up. This is
Yeah.
an amazing oral sensation.
Yeah.
A-U-R-A-L.
Got it.
Cory. Not
an anal sensation, but an oral sensation. I got you.
Got it.
Understand.
All right, so I guess the moment we're all waiting for is this thing going to kick the shit out of my burst.
I don't know. It's gonna
I
kick
would
the-
bet it would. Let's see what happens.
It sounded pretty good. I don't
It
know.
sounded pretty damn good. Here it comes. Ready? Same settings. Everything plugged in.
I can't either.
I can't even describe
Man.
what I'm hearing. Let's play. I'll go back and forth quicker. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll play
yeah,
something
yeah,
different.
yeah.
Well, are we going to do neck pickup, or are we just going to stay on bridge pickup?
Okay, neck pickup. Neck pickup. Here it comes. Ready? Okay. That's pretty good.
It's
Okay.
going to be hard to beat.
Oof, oof,
That's
oof.
pretty good.
It's going to be hard to beat.
Ready? Here we go. Neck pickup.
It's got a great woody thing to it.
quite so long. And then we'll make our final decisions. Nathan's over there as well.
Let's do a quick shootout.
Quick shootout.
One more.
One more quick
One
shootout.
more.
All right. Bridge pickup.
I'm gonna tell you something though.
Don't tell us something yet.
All right.
Don't tell us something yet. Okay. Don't tell us nothing yet. And I also want, this is for the homeschoolers. They've got ears. They know what they're hearing.
Look at the guitar slipping. The guitar slipping.
I doubt when they play the video back though that they can hear it quite as loud as us sitting here and through the same speaker.
Right,
I mean,
right.
it's going from what we hear into iPhone.
Right.
And then it's going to go back over the internet, and it's going to go into their
Is that far?
computer.
Exactly. It's far.
That's far, right? Okay.
And, then
But I
it's-
mean, we're able to hear differences. And I mean,
Quick shot.
we
Well,
hear different.
how's your arm?
I don't think
How's your
the
arm?
audience
He's
is
good.
going to be able to hear the same thing we're
No.
hearing.
But they'll see our
We're lucky to
expressions.
be in this room with all these acoustics.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
nice.
This is amazing. Quicker, I'm going to go 30 seconds on bridge
Done.
pickup. Ready? Here. Okay.
Before you do something, hit some of those chords that made those guitars talk.
Are you ready? Okay. Here we go. I'll tell you what, they both fucking play great. Jesus. Man, this guitar plays great. That same riff on the burst. Here it comes. Ready?
Yep,
All right.
I'm there.
All right. Let's talk bridge pickups first. Homeschoolers, you go first. You insert with your colored pencil what you like better or different. Cory, go ahead.
Burst.
Okay, why?
Man, this was super close.
How about this amp? Does this amp sound good?
Amp sounds great. Bridge pickup on the burst has got it. Neck pickup on the Dean is super close, man.
Right.
It's a hard choice.
Okay.
Now, if I had to make the choice between them, and it's a very difficult choice. But I will tell you, the burst has it by a little bit.
The burst has a bit sweeter sound. There's a little bit of a harsh edge on the Dean, but the burst is smoother and sweeter. If sweet is hard to imagine at that volume, but
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
it is a smooth.
Would you use the word burnished? Burnished tone?
Perhaps. There's a little bit of a raw edge on the Dean sound, but they're both extreme. This is smoother. And the Dean may actually be a little bit louder, but it's not there's a certain sophisticated edge that the Gibson has. That,
Interesting.
That's a good way to put it.
I totally agree, 100% agreed. I'm 100% with what you said. With that being said, if I was ever asked to go on the road and play guitar for Judas Priest, that would be the guitar.
Oh yeah.
And not because this one isn't a little bit better, but for that setting, this one would be more perfect.
Totally. Nathan.
You know, I'd probably have to go with the Les Paul myself, but I'm surprised how close. Like, the ding is very good.
Yes.
It's very good.
Yes.
But like George said, I noticed like at that higher volume, you know, Les Paul does. I know what he means by it being a little sweeter.
Agreed.
That makes
100%.
sense to me.
Yep.
But again, like Greg said, depending on the music you're playing,
That's right.
that may be the right one.
These are both great sounds.
Yep.
Let's do a quick neck pickup. All right. Let's go back to the neck. How are we camera battery? Are we doing okay? Okay, ready? Ready? Here we go. Neck pickup. Tense.
Same. That, I think that neck pickup sounds a little bit better, personally.
I think it's voiced a little bit clearer, but there's still a certain sweetness
Yes.
that the burst has. But the voicing on that neck pickup
Is off the hook.
is so clear.
Yeah, bro. Yep.
And again, what are you going to be using it for? For somebody like Tom to have that guitar on a session along with something else, man, he's got it covered.
Thoughts on neck pickup?
I think the same as I said before, there's a certain sweetness in the Les Paul, but the Dean is incredibly good.
Yeah, it is.
And
Nathan, neck pickup thoughts?
Man, to me, I kind of with Greg on this. That particular round right there, that had the nice, I mean, the Les Paul does too, but that one had a really nice, warm, sweet.
Yeah.
I'm not sure now.
Final test, acoustic. Amp is going off. Okay. Acoustic test. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Okay. No chord. I'm turning the volume down. Crazy how different they are.
yeah,
Wow. All right, let's do it again.
I think the Dean is a bit louder.
Yeah, acoustic.
That's 100%.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow,
Very
that's
different.
right.
They're like massively different in that regard.
And you know
So
what's- yeah.
we're on the frequency, what I'm hearing, and I think I'm at a pretty good distance.
Couldn't be better.
This is taking over like the lower part of the mid-range, where this is taking over the mids and the high mids.
Yes.
And that's what my ear is hearing now. I'm hearing everything
Coming out of the
on the Dean.
And you know what's crazy? It's not different than when you're plugged in.
Right.
It's the same. It's the same exact thing that's happening, except you heard it with volume or without.
Right.
This one does sound a little bit louder, but it's more mid-range and
Right.
so punchy. This one is more cool.
Right.
This is a cooler guitar. So you know what I mean? It's just
Let's-
cooler.
Let's do
but-
let's do one final test, and then we'll do a sustain check. Acoustic.
Ooh.
Okay. Ready? You want to bring this in, Peter? Okay.
The Dean guitar is I can clearly
Right.
there's more volume.
More volume.
There's more acoustic volume.
E strings. Let's check E string. This is the best guitar test ever.
Ever.
We're really getting into it, man. All right.
Just for curiosity, you want
One more time. One more time.
Two strings.
The Dean's still,
Holds on better, doesn't it?
yeah.
It's really cool.
Wow.
What were you about to say?
335 stack up in this exact same.
Bust it
test.
out.
We got a nice one
Bust it out.
right there.
Yeah.
Bust it out.
I have a thing that we have to do at the very, very end. Though.
Okay.
Yes, it's close.
The question.
Well, this is obviously going to win the acoustic.
No, you
Well,
never
yeah.
know. You never
But
know.
The question is when
I want to know how it sounded like.
when we started out was the Sunburst Les Paul, whether it's a sum of its parts
Yeah.
or when you put it in another quality instrument like this Dean, how close was it going to be?
Right.
You know, and they're just two incredible guitars at this point. You know.
They both play so good. This guitar plays really good. Wow. Okay. You got 335 there. All right. Check it out. Let's tune that bad boy, first of all, with the corporate tuner, which is on the headstock of that guy. God, this thing's light.
Yeah, this one.
Wow. I haven't seen this one yet. Beauty. How is this guitar so light?
Oh, and by the way, we just happen to have a 6335
That's
laying
right.
around.
Oh.
Oh, that old thing.
God, this guitar is killer. I don't even have to play it. Jesus. Where'd this come from?
Kalamazoo.
He's a badass. All right, ready? Here we go. All right, here it comes. Amps going back on. Chords going back in. I might have to leave with this one. This is a good guitar, man. Here it comes. Ready? Ready? Bridge pickup.
goddamn tempo.
Holy shit. I mean, that is like...
This just got fucking way cooler for me, man.
Yeah, all this is
This is the thing added to this mix.
Dude.
This is the thing, man. This is the game changer.
That's
right
a power
here.
guitar right there.
That 335 sounds mighty fun.
This is a
Let's
fucking guitar.
Let's do neck pickups.
And let's give it up for the Andy.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Holy cow.
335 holds its own.
Oh, yeah.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Neck pickup. Here we go. Ready?
It came from one of our guys.
We did this up here. Bush tuners also. Yeah.
Did it Grover or something?
It was
Something larger than that.
It was
Probably.
Grover.
Look at that
Plug in
board.
the Firebird and see how it compares.
That's a,
Wow. Man, this is a fine guitar.
that's a great guitar.
Well,
I wanted just a different flavor.
it is a whole
really,
different thing.
all of this is so
Firebird should be a
awesome.
different flavor.
I mean, just
Firebird.
doing this, it's
Dude,
awesome
to pick
to
between
to
one
sit-
or another is crazy.
How many people get the
I'm
opportunity?
genuinely interested in hearing how the Firebird sounds.
Well-
It's a different type pickup.
Get it!
It's the same type neck.
You getting tired, Peter? How's your arm?
Dimension. It's not a battery's plugged in.
No, it's his biceps might run out of battery.
Yeah, it's hard to hold a phone for
It's when he's like curling with a pound.
Right.
All right, ready? Yes. Here we go. Singing it right in the way. Let's tune it up. This is so much fun, you guys. This is great. These are some fine guitars right here, son. Glad we did this. This guy's flat. I'm surprised you take any guitars in this poor of condition.
When's the last time you saw Firebird 3 in that condition?
I mean, can you even sell something this beat up?
George was very disappointed.
Time machine.
This is the cleanest Firebird on planet Earth. 64? Firebird 3.
3.
Look at that, you guys. My God.
Like I said, I brought it back in my time machine and kept it a secret.
Tune.
I get some back that way.
That bridge. All right, here it comes. Ready? Everything's going back up. Here we go. It's gonna be bright, George. Hold your horses. Classic Firebird, no low end, all mid-range, all top. Fantastic. Here's the neck. Ready? Holds out.
Very good.
You could hear that wood on that neck pickup. It's a freaking monster.
Jesus. All right, Peter, we haven't asked you. Best sounding of the 4 guitars.
Bridge pickup, burst, neck pickup, D.
You know what?
I'm with him.
I'm with him.
Yep.
Bridge pickup, neck pickup.
I agree with that. And the 335 is just a very special thing all on its own. Because you hear the hollowness of it, it gives you some awesome flavors and tastes, and all of that is a different, slightly different animal. Between this guy and the burst, it's a similar animal, and this is just a different thing altogether.
There's
It's not
another
even
question.
Fantastic
And that
guitar.
is, you know, in the so-called good old days when I was listening, in the early days, before pedals and before the stage had mixing boards or earbuds or any of that stuff, when it was just a guitar, a chord, and an amp, and if they wanted more volume, they had a wall of amps, but they weren't putting them through a mixing board or any of that. There were no stomp boxes. When you use the present type equipment that you use in the studio or on stage, if you go and you play at the Ryman or at a big Coliseum, whatever, how much difference is any of this subtlety that we're hearing going to matter? Will it make a difference for the working musician today? Do they ever play with just a guitar, a chord, and an amp?
Yeah, but to that, what about the inspiration that they're getting? Doesn't that change the way they're playing?
Well,
Regardless of what they're playing through?
if they're playing it through all that, what they're hearing is what's going on through all
But
that.
what
They're
about
not
what they're-
hearing this.
Yeah, but
What if they're hearing it, but the audience is hearing something a little bit different?
I think let's ask Tom, because he can.
Well, when
He
you
can
do
actually
all
answer that
you're
question.
hearing what's coming out the amp.
Yeah, well, you know, I do mostly recording, and then when you're recording, it's crucial, the subtleties. When you're playing a live gig, not so much. When you're playing a live gig, you're basically trying to get over a drummer, and you're trying to sound present, and then be in the mix so they can hear you out front. That's not the case in studio. You're looking for tonal subtleties, man.
How loud do you play in the studio?
Whatever it needs, you know. If you want the amp to be distorted, you crank the amp a bit. If you want it real clean, you turn it down. It depends on what the song needs. But
And do you ever in the studio play as loud as your right?
oh yeah, absolutely.
You do?
Oh, I'll play through a 100-watt Marshall in the studio. And
Okay.
that'll shake the walls out of this place. But all 4 of these guitars, I can tell you right now, would be amazing in the studio. All of them. These are 4 fantastic guitars. And it's as different as they are, there is something very similar about them all. They are all in the same condition. They all are set up perfectly. They're all like
I think they're all
Gibson, man.
they're all
like
quality instruments. This is
quality.
like
This is
super
top shelf shit. Absolutely, man. I mean, this is it, man.
This is it. Some good stuff.
It ain't much better than this out there.
6 PAFs.
6 PAFs,
And,
right?
and a couple of
A couple of bird
a
pickups,
couple of bird pickups. That's
which
it.
are harder to find than PAFs when you try to buy them.
Yeah.
If you try to find one on eBay,
They're almost
you
impossible.
can't find it. You can't
Now,
find it.
another question is, obviously all of these have magnetic pickups. Is it possible to do a show where you're using guitars like this and able to do acoustic guitar in the mix at all? Or is it really virtually impossible to ever do that?
Real acoustic instruments with no pickups?
No, I'm talking about with a pickup, but still with, like piezo pickup. Have you ever been in a situation where you thought it was really successful doing that?
Like a plugged up acoustic?
Yeah, plugged in acoustic.
No, it's always a compromise. Even the greats will tell you that. Brian Sutton and I will talk about that. It's like you basically get it to the point where it's as good as you can make it, but it's never the same as being on a microphone. It's never, I think the plugged in acoustic has a long way to go. Personally, I've always thought that.
Yeah.
It really doesn't sound. It sounds like a really good plugged in acoustic sounds cool, but it doesn't really sound like the guitar. It's its own instrument. It's a sound we've all gotten used to hearing. It's like it's like we're used to it now.
That's funny. I always tell folks that come in to buy pickups, it's like, which pickup should I buy? And my thought inside my head is, well, none of them will sound like your guitar. Loud. You know? So.
Exactly. Anything else you want to add?
No, this is fun.
Anything else you want to add?
Well, I don't know if you want to add it to the recording, but I'm curious to hear if you try a Versatile and do the same thing. Will it just simply distort and go absolutely crazy?
Let's see.
And
Plug it in.
use-
Through this amp?
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Yeah, just right.
I'm going to give you 9 yards and hold this joint.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
Here it comes. Ready?
Here, give me that. Give me this.
Here it
I
comes.
just want to see how it's at the end.
Here it comes. Yeah.
Can't do it.
I mean, I could probably turn it down a bit. Let's see. Let's see what we got.
That's not happening.
Too hollow. It's like an Epiphone Casino or a Gibson 330. That wouldn't work either. Wouldn't work either. They just howl. Or a Guild Starfire.
Sure.
They just howl. Sounds cool though. Peter, thank you for holding your arms up for what now, an hour? You're a young, strong man. 15 minutes. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, thank you to Peter, not only for holding the camera, but also for setting up these instruments
Yes.
for us.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Best.
Peter. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Great episode. This is my favorite episode of Homeskoolin with Gruhn.
This is
I
awesome.
can already tell.
I love it.
It's great. Thank you, guys. All right. Thanks, Peter.